Hey, thanks for joining us. This is my friend, Chris Irwin. He's an international horseman, and I'm particularly excited because I like to talk about the cross-denominational Church of the Horse and to find the common threads between the disciplines, no matter whether we ride them forwards, backwards, or sideways. Thanks, Chris, for being here with me.
My pleasure,
And
Paige.
I wondered if you could share a few things that are common across the disciplines, no matter whether we like to ride them forwards, backwards, or sideways, or behind them in a cart. What are some things that you think stand true between the disciplines?
Well, that's a great question, and it starts with a biographical story, actually. Back in the day, over 40 years ago, when I first started out, the plan to become a professional in the horse industry was you picked a discipline, you practiced, you trained, you competed, and if you did very well and won at a higher and higher level, that's how you earned your credibility, so that people would either bring you their horses or ask you for training or teaching, whatever. And I didn't know what discipline I wanted to be in. I didn't grow up with horses, so I was exploring the disciplines. And I started at the racetrack, then I went to heavy hitch, big horse harness driving. Then I went into the Western world. I did some ranch work. I did some guiding, some trail work in the Sierras. Then I shifted into training horses for dressage riders and hunter jumpers and 3-day eventers. And what I found, I forgot the reining, and what I found is that in every discipline, they all thought their discipline knew best and the other disciplines were lesser than or inferior. And we all know that. The egos in our business are huge. But what I found as I was looking for my discipline, that there were common denominators, to answer your question. And it is true that a horse is a horse is a horse, that people are people. We all bleed the same color. No matter what discipline you're in, green on green often results in black and blue. But to be serious about this, what I found is the only true common denominator was behavior. It didn't matter whether it was a thoroughbred, a warm blood, a quarter horse, an Icelandic, a Norwegian fjord, a Tennessee Walker, or a Morgan or Arabian, whatever the breed, for whatever the discipline. Did you have a problem getting it in the horse trailer? Would it pick up its feet? Was it hard to catch? Was it hard to bridle? Did it bite or kick? Was it difficult for mounting? Was it a runaway? Would it not go? The problems. That was the only true common denominator amongst all the disciplines and all the breeds. Behavior. Human behavior and horse behavior. Long before we had, shall I say, a discipline in the horse world called natural horsemanship, I decided very early on, back in the late 80s, to focus on behavior. And it's as I focused on behavior for, quote, problem solving or dealing with difficult horses, dealing with wild Mustangs down in Nevada, that the next truism that comes across all disciplines is that when there are issues, whether it's under saddle or in harness, pulling a cart or a carriage, the issues are always found in the fundamentals. So when we get to the fundamentals, no matter what the breed or discipline, there's only 3 energies that we're working with. Pushing energy, pushing energy, blocking energy, or drawing energy. So when you compare different methods or techniques within the industry, what you're actually comparing is how does this particular coach or trainer, clinician, guru, how do they go about using their push, block, draw? It all comes down to that. Another common denominator, every horse, their behavior, their performance is directly related to their body. They are somatic. The frame of their body is the frame of their mind. So yes, we all have different approaches, but it all comes down to we have 3 energies, push, block, draw, and how well we use them or misuse them affects behavior.
Thank you so much. That was a real treat.